Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Keenan Memorial Stadium, home of the North Carolina Tar Heels, and basketball may be in the blood, but football is certainly in the soul. Little gets the blood boiling. Why like a rivalry game? Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Gamecocks will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looking for a productive play on first down. Running behind that left side. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you've got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
It is so hard as a defender to have to stop that big fella from catching the corner route, right? He already has great size and long arms, and he can jump. So what do you do? I mean, you're not trying to create pass interference and a penalty, but that's just a size mismatch, and the offense took advantage.
They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Second down coming up.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On second down, he'll fire. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play, and this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. The give to the tailback. At the 35, he's loose. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a 1st down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And his throw is incomplete. Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Quick pass on the jet motion. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field, get it to him early on the first drive, let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
North Carolina, 0.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete to the left. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
Brings up 2nd down. 7, North Carolina, 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's there to make the stop.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take a deep shot here. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
The offense gets pretty lucky there. Third down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick six.
He's got great speed. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Oh, that is a throw that is just going to haunt this quarterback. He had his target wide open, running deep. That should be a touchdown, but the QB overthrew him. That is going to haunt this quarterback tonight.
That incompletion leads to second down and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Wide receiver shows motion. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Gets it out fast. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Tar Heels are on the move. Handoff to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loss of 2. Second down coming up.
And now on second down for this offense.
3:25.
Wide out in motion. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw. Feeling some heat. Hey, that's a live ball. No, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Fast motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. A really good return after the interception.
Carolina.
It's at the 29.
Man, what a play. Now you're setting your offense up for great position, but you want to make big plays as a defense. Not only make big plays, return it a long way down the field. You wanted a touchdown, obviously, but you set your offense up in great scoring position.
They'll leave it with him. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth there if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Off the RPO, complete. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Gamecocks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. He caught it! Several defenders there to get him on the ground. They'll immediately call timeout.
I think this defense really needs to start thinking about really fencing this quarterback in. You cannot let him go east or west because he will extend the play with his legs and his speed and then hurt you throwing the football.
See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Using his feet. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
South Carolina.
All they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game, but they are going for the jugular and the touchdown here on 4th and goal. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they will score! Touchdown, South Carolina! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A pretty short drive there, covering 38 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss.
North Carolina, 0.
Oh, he's going to take a chance. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Going up top on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Spears. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On 1st down from their own 22. He's looking to throw it. Got the back over the middle. At the 35, he's got room. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
North Carolina, 0.
And the Tar Heels will boot it away to start the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. First play from scrimmage here in the 2nd half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield. It's John. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And it's frustrating because you go into half and the coaches tell you what they want to accomplish. Listen, you've seen this the whole 1st half. This is what they're doing. Not a good job coming out. First drive, trying to get some momentum created. Turn it over to the other team. Give them a good field position now, too. Not the ideal start.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They want to run it left here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Loses 2. 3rd down coming up.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was the open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Across the 10. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. With that, he's got 101 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Bringing it back. Past the 30. Past the 10. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, UNC!
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, 2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Tennessee managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one. And they'll be singing from the top of Rocky Top after this one, no matter the final score. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And they didn't give him much on the return, but they are in prime scoring position at the 22.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Here's the handoff. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They feed him again. Tackled after picking up the first down. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tar Heels. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll throw it on first down. And that one's incomplete. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Now the play fake. Unloads it left. Got him downfield. Hit the afterburners, kid. The 10. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Such a nice job by the wide receiver there on the corner route. He did a nice job off of the stem, not telegraphing where he was going. The defender had no idea. And when he broke to the corner, he created a little bit of separation. There was an accurate throw. He made the catch and then took it into the end zone.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
That makes the score. South Carolina, 21. North Carolina.
Kickoff team lining up to send this one away.
Number 15, set to kick this one away.
He's going to bring it out from deep. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Power football with the run. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass on 2nd down. On the run, still looking. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Safe completion on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Quick strike complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Gets rid of it. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What an unbelievable job by the defense. Great job covering the whole field, covering all the options. The quarterback does what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to check the ball down, throw it to your running back. But the defense said, no, sir. Not only do I have everything else covered, I also got the running back covered.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get it.
Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they take it in for 6 more points. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse. Yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Coming after him. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to. They had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Runs through a tackle.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football. With the lead late in the game, if we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina.
South Carolina, number 89, with the grab and the score.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start. Getting